All right, I'm gonna take out that last tick there, and boom. Okay. Now let's see if I can pull this saxophone into sample one. So I'm gonna duplicate the same thing. I'm gonna reverse it back around. I'm gonna bring in, so there's tons of samplers out there. I just use the stock one. It does the same stuff as pretty much any other sampler. I'm gonna bring it up over here. And I'm just gonna drag this audio sample right here, and then I have no idea what key this is. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go to my effects. I'm gonna bring up a tuner, because I want, when I play the C on the sampler, I want it to be playing the C, because I'm going to be playing in E minor just like the rest of the song. So I don't want to have to like guesswork or transcribe in my head the entire time trying to figure out the next melody for the song. So yeah, I'm going to drag that tuner, boom, onto the wrong place. Let me drag it onto the right place. All right, so we got this tuner. So boom, this says it's A. So I know that C is 1, 2, 3 semitones away from A. So I'm going to transpose it 3 semitones. So now when I hit it, it says C. So it sounds kind of hokey down there. Sounds like a whole different instrument up there. Maybe that's where we're... So that sounds kind of cool. It definitely doesn't sound anything like the saxophone that it was, but it's kind of a cool sound. So I'm going to go with that. And then I'm going to try to come up with a little melody that's kind of along the same lines of this, or maybe just a little run that brings us into the next part. Okay, this is not what we want. This is starting to sound terrible. Let's try. Just gonna turn my metronome on, play around for a second, and see if I can. All right, so that's weird sound, but I want to try to make it work. Here we go. All right, so I'm going to quantize this because it's just super long notes, so it should just snap right in there. And then we're going to try to make this sound good because it just sounds like some really like 1987 fucking digital horn that nobody wants to hear. So I'm going to see if we can take that and make it into something cool. Okay, so the first thing that I want to do, much like fixing the other bass, is saturate it. But this time, I'm gonna go ape shit with the saturator. I'm gonna like really saturate this thing in a some kind of crazy way. We're gonna use one of these crazy presets that Saturn has, and see if I can just make it go nuts. So I'm just gonna scroll through some of these and see if we can find a cool sound out of it, or at least the start of a cool sound. All right, so that's kind of cool. It's a lot cooler than what we started off with. I'm going to just compress the shit out of it because it's doing a weird thing where it did a volume down for some reason when I was saturating it. So I'm going to bring in, I have a LA2A from Universal Audio. It's just going to give it some color. It's going to add a little bit more saturation to it, and it's going to limit it so it's like kind of a better level. So it's just super simple plug-in. All it has is an emphasis knob, which no one knows what it does, a gain knob, and a peak reduction knob, which, if you don't know what those two things are, I assume you don't know how a compressor works. So figure out how a compressor works. This is the most simple form of compression and limiting that there is. This is an old analog compressor. So I could just run through some presets and try to find something, but I'm just gonna go crazy with them and try to find it with my ears. All right, so we're coming from something chill into something really heavy. So, well, why not? You know, the whole song doesn't have to be chill. I'm just kind of doing whatever I want. This isn't for any particular artist or for any particular project, so I can just kind of go whatever direction that I feel like going with it, and just let it continue on down its natural path. And if they transition well, I don't think that's going to be an issue with the transition because I faded everything out. So it's basically like I'm starting a new